Anna is really pissing me off. I don't know what my girl is doing, but she is most definitely delusional. Everybody was arguing in this episode. There's just, once again, a lot to talk about.
What they want, and I'm not doing what I want.
I'm not here to like raise my voice with you.
I'm not raising my voice, but you understand what you are saying. You're comparing me to her.
I'm not comparing my... You just do. No, you're not. Just like I said.
I made up my mind on Jordan before I met you.
Okay, well, if you're going to cut me off, the conversation's done.
Because you don't get what I'm saying. Like, why try?
Okay, I don't know what you're saying. You don't know what I'm saying.
Hey guys, it's Murad Murali. Hopefully you guys are doing well today. If you haven't already, click that button. Click that button and subscribe to my channel. It's just one click for daily and consistent content, and follow me on my Instagram, Murad_Murali as well. Now before we get in this video, big thank you to everybody who was coming up to me. I went to Black Pride today with a few friends. This was actually my first time going.
In your videos, your articulation, period! Guys, look at the word. She's your biggest fan.
Say they're fans of the work, or they appreciate the work, and you know, I'm very glad that what I'm doing on every time I do a video, this is when the world wants to text me. I'm very glad that the way I'm doing my videos, it shows that I'm somebody who is approachable, because I wouldn't want to be doing those videos and if somebody sees me, they'd be like, oh, I don't know if I should approach them or not, I might irritate. People just come up to me and you know, they say that they appreciate the work or the videos, or they want a hug, or they want like a picture. So I'm just very appreciative for anybody who did come up to me and you know, showed love. I feel like the energy was so good there today, and you lot just literally came through. If you see me anywhere in public, like don't be afraid to approach me. I thought I'd just reiterate that, because I'm not like somebody special or I'm just like a common boy from London, just like you lot are here watching this video. Common people from London or from wherever you're from in the UK, the US, or international, by the looks of it from some of the comments that I'm seeing. So I thought I'd just kind of regurgitate that information. Now before we get into this video, again, a lot of different narratives.
Coming in as punching way above my weight, I'm coming in, I don't owe you anything. So
I never said you did. Don't put words. Stop putting
like
words in my mouth, Marvin.
I didn't say you said that.
Wait now, you're getting bowed.
That teaser that I did, that review this morning, it was definitely an expression of what was going to come, and it definitely came.
And then I said to you, I tried to move back from it because I didn't want to be involved in it, and I thought I could not.
I do apologise for the lateness of this video, as I did express in that teaser, because I was going out tonight and I literally got back like an hour and a half ago, and it's already like 2-1 in the morning. Hence there's going to be a delay for this review, but I told you it was going to come out tonight, so I'm going to have to do it before I go to sleep. I'm really trying to gather the sense of how delusional Anna has become so quickly. But how can one gather sense when there is none? And that's exactly what we're seeing here. That altercation, that interaction, the communication between Anna and Ovie was so poor from Anna's side. It's screaming of hypocrisy, because here she is saying later on after that altercation, oh, you know, he was so mature, like if he wants a scene, I'll give him a scene. Beloved, you ain't gonna give no one a scene, so you need to just calm down. You, your lips, your body, everything, calm down please, because I don't understand what you are saying. You cannot hold a conversation in a mature, articulate manner with somebody who is clearly remaining calm and collected, whereas you are not. You are continuously cutting somebody off. If you are intending to have a conversation and trying to get your points across, and by doing so you're cutting off everything the other person is saying, that conversation is no longer a conversation. You are now intending to overtake it and are looking for an argument and are disrespecting somebody because you have violated their space. Maybe not physically, but you have in other manners as well. That conversation was so poorly done by you, and this is how I said she has a habit of continuously cutting people off, and she doesn't know that she's doing it.
What the fuck?
So ridiculous.
I'm not a you. Sure.
Ridiculous.
Relax.
Ridiculous.
You're
Fucking
a joker.
child. You're a child.
And Ovie literally just got up and walked away, and he was frustrated, and rightly so, because Anna is really taking him for a mug. And you know, Anna was so upset that Danny and Arabati Crease kissed after you one day left. She was so upset. But right after that kind of situation, she went to go kiss Jordan on the roof. So we were seeing hypocrisy here. Yes, nobody is perfect, but if you're displaying frustration over Danny and Arabati Crease's behaviour, then surely you should be somebody who displaying the opposite of that kind of behavior, and you're not. So this is why people are going to be frustrated, especially because she has been somebody who people like. And some people are like to me, oh, you know, you like Anna way too much, or you support the girls way too much. Well, you lot who say this, and it's a very, very, very small of you, maybe this review you can listen a bit more attentively and clearly when I say that Anna is completely in the wrong in this situation, and she is irritating me. I'm not biased when it comes to liking certain characters. I simply stick up for justice, for what is right, and and let people know what is wrong. I could love somebody, but if they are in the wrong, I really like Anna. She's one of my top 3 favorite people in this villa, and I'm saying on my chest because she is. I feel like she stands up for her friends. She's a ride or die, and her and Jordan were a good couple, and her and Ovie could have potentially been something when Ovie came. I really like Anna, but she's in the wrong. She's completely in the wrong here, and I can happily say that with my chest because she is in the wrong, and it's completely true. She's clearly in the wrong here. The delusion, and it's saying, oh, how immature is he? He doesn't hold a conversation. Why is he acting like this? And when Ovie said to go get missus, I was like, who, me? Like the way he said it, it was like everybody in the villa just gathered themselves, because you can tell that Ovie is somebody who respects himself. He knows his worth. He knows his validation. When you know your worth and your validation, you don't need to seek it from someone else or somewhere else. And when you don't, when you seek validation from somewhere or someone else, you kind of adapt to their behavior, their flaws, or their kind of tendencies that could be manipulative. But when you are aware of your worth and your validation, or you're getting to that point, that obviously goes to a decline. You don't need to do all that.
Jordan, go get your missus, bro.
This is why he got up and he walked away.
You're not. Just like I said.
I made up my mind on Jordan before I met you.
Okay, well, if you're going to cut me off, the conversation's done.
Because you don't get what I'm saying.
Okay, I don't get what you're saying. You don't get what I'm saying.
Because he did not need that kind of behavior. And even the next day, when it came to that and they tried to have a conversation, she got very defensive. She starts cutting off again. And you can tell that Ovie is completely done with it, because what Anna has done is, Anna has literally just taken the absolute piss out of him, and I feel so sorry for him. And Anna is just, the way she articulates his conversations, you think, oh, I'm 28, you're 28 as well, I'm 20. Age has got nothing to do with that, because first and foremost, age and wisdom definitely do not correlate. What correlates is wisdom and how you respond to experiences that you have gone through in life. If you respond to experiences in a positive manner and you learn from experiences, then naturally your wisdom will grow, and therefore these two correlate. First and foremost, I wanted to clarify that. But she does not know how to handle conversations. And she doesn't know how to see when she's in the wrong. She doesn't have this insight. She just gets on a defensive mode and begins cutting off individuals. You can even see from the body language when Ovie hugged Anna during their second conversation in the morning, Ovie was done with it. He didn't want to argue with anyone because he knows that this person can't see themselves in the wrong position, therefore it's pointless. It was a very poor hug and he walked away. And you can also see Amber who was calming Ovie down. And I feel like these two could be probably the best couple in the villa, but they just don't know it. They just don't know it. They don't. Now we have Mora. Let's get into this. There's a lot to talk about. Mora is now obviously gunning for Curtis, and she's obviously going for him. She really likes him. I actually forgot that she did say at the beginning that she liked Curtis, and he was the best kisser, and apparently he was in her DMs. This is meant to be, perhaps. Again, I'm worried for Amy because she's not somebody who's mentally strong for it. She was panicking and the girls were trying to hold her down, and if the girls weren't there, I'm sure she would have said something or passing by comments. So you can definitely see from that perspective that she is really finding this very difficult and very hard. And I don't blame her, because she's obviously been through a lot, and for her first experience is hard. You even have Anna and Amber saying no, don't go speak to him, and she wants to do so because she has no ground of experience in this entire situation. When it comes to this whole Mora stuff, now a part of me finds it annoying because I feel like she just goes for every man, and a part of me loves the fact that she tried to dump, she planned to do a double dumping with Lucy. Now the reason why I like that is because she has created a engaging scene for us just from her thought process. She's been involved in so much drama in this villa, at times pretty aggressive, but it keeps us entertained. And our entertainment was always going to be top priority, because this is a show for us. As much as I love to say mental health should be the top priority, in this world it isn't, unfortunately. What is if a show is entertaining or not, because if there was no drama or arguments, we'd all be complaining. And now we're getting all this, now we're going to be complaining about mental health, which rightly so, and I totally agree with it. But again, you get to a bit of a dead end sometimes. But I'm very glad that Mora's guy that she bought for Casa Amor stood up for himself. And I want to get into this kind of conversation between these two because we can see from Mora's perspective, she is very similar to Anna, very similar. These two individuals cannot take it when they are in the wrong. They get very defensive. And you can see when the guy was like, you know what? You can't say we didn't try because I did. She's like, why are you gonna get on me?
Okay, just answer.
But you said it in a way that says that you feel like that I've been cold.
I never said those words. Did I say those words? No, I didn't.
No, I said you said it in a way. Coming in as punching way above my weight. I'm coming in. I don't owe you anything. So
I never said you did. Don't put words. Stop
acting
putting
like
words in my mouth, Marvin.
I didn't
Stop.
say you said
wait
that.
now. You're getting bowed.
Cutting off, raising her voice, getting pretty loud, getting pretty aggressive. I'm going to use that word aggressive quite a lot because it's exactly what she is. She's an aggressive but funny individual, and she's not letting him get an edge way. And again, because she can't see us in the wrong, she puts these walls up, gets defensive, cuts through conversations, and it's not a mature, communicative manner at all. Both Anna and Mora are very similar.
You're not. Just like I said.
I made up my mind on Jordan before I met you.
Okay, well, if you're going to cut me off, the conversation's done.
Because you don't get what I'm saying.
It's dead. Okay, I don't get what you're saying. You don't get what I'm saying.
In that manner. Now, this whole conversation stuff that Joanna tried to do with Amber and Michael, I know you tried to hold a conversation with these two, but beloved, you're not your one day. It did not go well for you, and I can understand that you tried to hold the grounds and be a bit mature with the situation, and what we see is that Michael is obviously lying, and that's just all he is, just an absolute liar. Like in the last couple of weeks, this scene reaffirmed this because we saw him and Amber rekindling stuff, but this reaffirmed it. It definitely did. Like how you were just saying, oh, I told you that we were going to end this, and Amber was like, well, from that conversation that you saw, Joanna, did you think that was said? And
There was an instant wow. There was an instant wow. She was stunning.
Energy that you had with me.
Yeah, and then I said to you, I tried to move back from it because I didn't want to be involved in it, and I thought I could not.
Clearly it wasn't, and it was a lack of communication on this part. I'm glad that she brought them both together because this kind of wrapped up this kind of narrative which seems to be stretching out. So by getting them both together, you prevent any lies from going on, and you kind of catch them together just to see what could happen, potentially X, Y, Z. But at the same time, it wasn't as smooth as when you one day was sitting down with both Danny and Alkaline. It just really kind of wasn't. It was a bit more frigid, and there seemed to be a little more tension, and the guys were getting, and Michael and Amber were getting in their edgeways, especially Michael. He was panicking, he got defensive again, and his body language changes. His face especially, like, he gets a bit wide-eyed, and it's like, he just gets a bit like, I don't want to say comical, that's how his face kind of appears. Nevertheless, a lot's going on in this situation. A lot has been going on. Who have you guys voted off or going to vote off? I think a lot of people are going to vote Michael and Joanna. However, I don't think these two will go off as of yet. Hopefully Amber and Ovie get together. Anna, you are delusional, and I feel like I'm kind of getting over you now. I'm getting tired of you. This season, this particular episode, you were completely wrong. I still do like this season. I think it's definitely top tier level because they are providing us with content, with stuff to talk about. There's arguments, it's what we want, it's drama, and we're going to see how this, what I'm interested in now is this Mora and Curtis stuff. How is this going to develop? How is this going to bother Amy? We don't know. So that in itself is something that I find very interesting. I want to know where that progresses to. Let me know what your thoughts are on each one of these narratives. What are you here for? What I'm definitely not here for is Danny and Joanna. I feel like these two are not doing anything. They're not providing anything. Danny really needs to just go. Like, I feel like they all need to sit around the fire. Somebody gets a text and says, Danny, you're dumped, buy it, because what are you providing for us? Like, honestly, or even Belle, what are you doing? Like, I don't know what's going on here. And yeah, I don't know what Belle was doing to Anton last episode. I don't know what that was about, but we will never speak of that today, tomorrow, for the next damn year, because that was just, I don't know what that was. Do subscribe to my channel, click that button please for daily consistent content. Follow me on my Instagram, Murad_Morali. Subscribe, and I'll catch you guys soon for another video.